Shining Stars Book Club is a free service through my coaching business, which is Shining Stars Connect. My goal for this platform is to empower aspiring Shining Stars to learn, grow, and become leaders in all areas of their life. This book club is an effort to encourage personal leadership by encouraging people to read and learn, because I believe that reading is the best way for us to support our brain and improve our performance. My background is in cognitive sciences, and I'm always researching to find better ways to support myself and my memory. Memory is key to our performance and to help us with the quality of our life. Shining Stars Book Club started last year for the first time. This is actually our third book for the club. We have read some amazing books such as The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle and The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukav. My goal is to continue promoting nonfiction interdisciplinary books that are both educational and inspiring. We are going to focus more on our mind, so we are going to dive deeper into neuroscience and learn about the habits of happy brain. It is my pleasure really to introduce you Dr. Breuning, and thank you so much for coming here tonight. So a little bit about Dr. Breuning. She's the founder of the Inner Mammal Institute and Professor Emerita of Management at California State University. She's the author of many personal development books, including this outstanding book that we're reading, The Habits of Happy Brain. I'm so grateful to introduce Dr. Breuning to the Shining Stars community. So, as I told you before, we just started reading your book and we love it. So we would like to welcome you and basically give you some time to share with you anything that you think can help us to grasp into those habits for happy chemicals. And then also you hopefully will help us understand how to deal with not so happy chemicals or the cortisol.
I definitely agree with we should talk about unhappy chemicals too.
At this time, I would like to open the floor to everybody, first of all to say hello, and then I will join you on the discussion as well.
The reason we're unique is because we're wired from past experience. And it's so easy to see that we're wired from past experience. Even though a lot of people have trouble thinking that because they think, well, I don't agree with my parents on everything. So it's easy to think that we invented everything once we left home. But you could see with your own kids and everyone you know that things that are very motivating for them or very fearful for them fit exactly a pattern of when they were young. Something they were exposed to when they were young. I could go on and on with historical examples, personal examples, but it's so easy to see that we're not born with any circuits at all. Our circuits build from experience. So each time a circuit is activated, the neurons connect, and when it's activated a few times, the connections build strong, so the circuit turns on easily, and we're all running on old circuits. And because our early experience has some things in common, but many things unique and individual, including siblings in the same family, so that's why everyone has different likes and dislikes. But our likes and dislikes are all driven by that same sense of urgency, because the happy chemicals make it feel like a matter of life and death. And whatever turned on your happy chemicals when you were young paved the pathway that turns on that life and death feeling today.
I help my clients activate dopamine by asking them to reflect on their goals and why they're working towards achieving these goals. I also encourage them to write a list of things that matter most to them. So if you're working in a challenging project, for example, we are going to list, why you're doing this and what rewards are you going to expect. So maybe like for the purpose of your job, if you complete this training, you get a raise or a promotion or whatever it is that you're going after. So once you have your goals and then your rewards listed, it's easy for you to keep generating dopamine because all you have to do is make progress on the tasks that you have committed to doing and celebrating those steps towards success.
I'll invite you, instead of thinking about changing, is to think about adding on to. So if you think of your neural network as the road highway system of the country, and you can build a new road, and then you can build an exit ramp from your old highway to your new road. So you're always going to use your new highways because, if you say, well, I'm never going to drive on another highway, it would take forever to get anywhere. So we use the highways as much as possible, but then we can reroute them in a healthier direction.
Our goal is to help our clients become more clear about what they want to do in their life, what kind of success they're trying to achieve. So once they choose what they want to do, like for example, what habits they want to change or create, then 4S offers them a step-by-step approach to do just that and make progress in daily basis, hourly basis, and of course that will help them keep up with their habits throughout the year. So for example, our daily planning worksheet starts with questions. So like, how do you choose to live your day to day? And basically that allows for you to recall your intentions by reflecting and asking yourself those big questions. What do I choose to do? So that stimulates your brain to think of, what is the most important thing that I want to do today? The consistent thing that I'm getting from just reading the first few chapters is that our happy chemicals are released when we're doing something new, when we're having new experiences, or just in anticipation, or using our imagination to work on that process, which will help us achieve our goals. So that's actually very good news for me because I teach people to set goals for themselves and keep their mind going. So how important it is for us to keep working on new goals.
And it's interesting during the pandemic, I guess a lot of people are having trouble with self-management. So yeah, goals is very important. Goals are very important. And let me give a word for realistic. Because if your goal is to climb a mountain, it's just so big that you just lose your enthusiasm and you give up. So it's important to have realistic goals. And sometimes, when I wake up and I look at my desk and like there's a million things I feel like I should do, and I think, okay, if I get these 3 things done before lunch and these 3 things done after lunch, I'm going to stop and appreciate the day, appreciate my life. I always want to, get in a little more after dinner. But if I just think, oh, it's just an endless stream, then I never have any sense of accomplishment. So I think, wow, by the end of the day, these 6 things will be done. And I'll be so happy to have them off my plate. And if I see 10 more things, I have tomorrow. So that's, it sounds like a cliche to say one step at a time, but people may have problems with that because there are so many. The modern philosophy of coaching, teaching is to tell people to reach for the stars, make everybody, to get people overexcited about being big. And that gives you more dopamine in the short run. So then you get buy-in in the short run. But we habituate to dopamine. Habituation, the simple example like you read is, I love the smell of coffee, but if I worked in a coffee shop, I would get used to the smell and it wouldn't even make me happy anymore. So everything good, we habituate to it, and then it takes more to get us going. So if somebody psychs you on something big, and then on the one hand, you need bigger and bigger, but then you see that you're not really on track to getting bigger and bigger. So it's much better to have little spurts of dopamine and positive expectations, such as I always meet my goal by lunch. I always meet my goal by dinner. And I'm on track to meet a big goal because my little steps are doable.
Forest is a tool like a roadmap, so it helps you towards creating that ideal life success for yourself. Forest encourages you to design your own life by helping you define success for yourself in all aspects of your life. So we encourage you to actually write your mission statement and then use that as a tool to help you live your vision in all areas of your life.
If there's too much routine, then a person might be bored. So we also need some variety. So everyone has to sort of look at where they are and decide, like, am I having enough routine or too much routine? So we can all make that decision.
To be a personal leader in your life, you have to learn to understand and manage your thoughts as well as your emotions so you can have balance in your life. So we teach clients mindfulness-based strategies to self-manage. So when they're happy, they celebrate that, and when they're not, when the cortisol kicks in, they find strategies to calm themselves down and empower themselves. Some of the mindfulness-based strategies that we teach include problem solving and relaxation techniques that promote healthy habits and more balance in life. Thinking with the end in mind, yes, we want to accomplish these big projects. We are excited to start, and then somewhere down the road, we're like, we're not as excited as when we started. So that is the story for most people out there. We get excited by doing new things, and then the old projects just kind of pile up for us. So in your book, you have mentioned that it takes 45 days for our brain to actually learn a new habit. Can you give us some tips on how do we take advantage of this time to ensure that we actually stick to our committed habits?
A simple way, if you're having trouble with this, is to make it fun. So how can you make it fun? Simple example I use in the book is if you put comedy on your phone and listen to 10 minutes of comedy after you do your thing. And I use walking up and down stairs while I'm listening to the comedy, so I'm getting movement also. Everyone can design it in a way that works for them in their life. But if you attach a healthy reward to something, your brain will actually connect the good feeling of getting the reward and the good feeling of the reward and the positive expectation that this is going to work out. I am going to get a reward from doing this.
We encourage people to define success for themselves and help them towards that. So we help clients understand the power within and how to stay connected with the power from inside out. So basically supporting their goals in life. We empower them by believing in them really and holding them accountable for the goals that they come to us to help them achieve. So that, of course, stimulates their serotonin, makes them feel important and supported, as well as oxytocin, which helps them actually create a bond, a trustful bond with us. So we help them, we hold them accountable, we reward good behavior, we encourage them, and that helps them in the path to success in life. If you completed your 3 most important tasks for the day in regards to this particular project that you're working on, you reward yourself by going out to eat dinner at your favorite restaurant. And you look forward towards that, and that makes you happy, generates more dopamine throughout the day. You know, I was looking at, this is just personal stuff, I was looking at my globe today, and I had this breakthrough, like, everybody knows about the geography. I mean, anybody that went to some kind of school knows about geography, but not everybody things about the brain and how our brain works.
Many schools now are teaching about the brain, but they're doing it in a way that I think is not very helpful. They're focusing on what I call the disease view. First, they give you a lot of vocabulary, and then they have this idea that there's this quote unquote normal brain. And if your brain is not normal, then pills or blame society. And I think it's very unhelpful.
So these things that you're sharing with us are so powerful because it's so important for us to know what motivates us, what scares us, what causes us pain, and then take that, incorporate it into life. Yes, in small chunks. I wish that we had that magic wand. You made sure to inform us that we have to do the work. We cannot have other people do the work for us. So thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Night.
Take care.
Hey.